Jeff here with another episode of 5 Minute Murder. We're going to draw a card. We're going to talk about another killer for 5 minutes. We'll see who we get today. Oh, look at this. Old Deadly Innocence himself. We got Paul Bernardo. So it's really funny that we would get Paul Bernardo because my good friend EJ Hammond just did her first TikTok. And apparently she said that I inspired her to do little TikTok shorts or whatever because of 5 Minute Murder. And then today we would pull Paul Bernardo. So she did her TikTok on Paul Bernardo. And we're going to talk a little bit about him too. I'm going to start the timer. We're going to go for 5 minutes. Y'all like my Ed Kemper shirt? It is from Time Suck podcast. Some of the cool classroom like yearbook photo t-shirts that they do. And yeah, it says certified piece of shit on it. It's a great shirt. I'm going to wear it today with my Ed Kemper shoes. Gonna be good. All right, get started. 5 minutes. Let me read the back of this here. It says Paul Bernardo was born August 27, 1964. He is a Canadian serial killer and a serial rapist. He is known for initially committing a series of rapes in Scarborough, Ontario, a suburb of Toronto, between 1987 and 1990. He subsequently committed 3 murders with his then-wife, Karla Homolka. Among these victims was her young sister, Tammy Homolka. After his capture and conviction, Bernardo was sentenced to life imprisonment and was later declared a dangerous offender, thus making it unlikely that he will ever be released from prison. In the game, if you have both Karla Homolka and Paul Bernardo, they get a bonus. There you go. They get a bonus, and interesting. All right, so they get a bonus for playing together. But Paul Bernardo, also known as Deadly Innocence, or the Ken and Barbie killers, right? Those two, Karla Homolka and Paul Bernardo, were the Ken and Barbie killers there in Canada. I actually met a girl. This is the craziest thing. I was at a convention, and I met her, and she told me when she was 12 years old, she lived across the street in Canada from Paul and Karla, and she watched them be arrested. So the crazy thing about that is, of course, that was kind of Paul's thing. He liked really young girls. And so he was, raping and abducting 14, 13-year-old girls. This girl was 12 and lived right across the street. So right in the age range that Paul Bernardo would be really excited about. So just a really crazy story of, how this stuff affects all of us. Like, it's around us all the time. It's like the main reason why I created the game is because I wanted people to have awareness of all of these people around us all the time. So that's a good example of that. The crazy thing about Paul and Karla is, they get together and they become a couple. And Karla realizes, because Paul has been a rapist for some time, right? Before they ever got together, he was already raping women and children, right? So he's already doing all that. And she realizes that Paul wants more, right? And so he's really into her younger sister. And so one night they decide to, I guess Paul has been sneaking into her room and watching her sleep and all this stuff. And instead of being really, really weirded out and being like, dude, get the fuck away from me. Like, I don't want to have anything to do with you. You're interested in my little sister. Like, my little sister. Instead of being like that, like a normal person would be, she decides that they're going to drug the sister, that she is going to give the sister to Paul for a birthday present. And so she drugs the sister, and Paul, rapes her. And while that's all happening, they mistakenly suffocate her to death, right? The sister dies. And so this is like their first killing together, is the sister that Karla Homolka herself gives over to Paul Bernardo to be his sexual conquest, I guess. And then later on, as they're in their relationship, Paul can't get over that, right? And he wants Carla to dress up as the little sister, to put on a wig and things, so that he gets the same feeling, because apparently he really wasn't all that attracted to Carla because Carla was too old. He wanted somebody younger. And of course they go through and they do all that. Little side fact, Deadly Innocence was the name of the group because Paul Bernardo tried at one point to be a rapper, right? And his rap name was Deadly Innocence. His rap rhymes are terrible. If you listen to Time Suck podcast, often Dan Cummins will joke about Deadly Innocence and make references to some of his rap lyrics. And it's really funny. He was trying to be the Vanilla Ice of his time. Really, during the same time, he was trying to be Vanilla Ice. And it didn't work. Clearly, it didn't work for Vanilla Ice either, because we don't hear about him anymore, right? He had his one hit, and that was it. Little Ice Ice Baby. All right, let me stop this here. So that's a little bit about old Paul Bernardo, old Deadly Innocence. And if you watch E.J. Hammond's TikTok video, which I suggest you should go and watch, also, apparently the sexiest serial killer alive. Everybody likes a little Deadly Innocence, I guess. I'll tell you, Karla Homolka wasn't bad looking. And Karla Homolka is now out, right? She is out of prison for several years now. I think like 10, 12 years she's been out of prison. Changed her name, lives somewhere else. And, to our knowledge, hasn't killed anybody else. But who's to say? History's not over yet. People are still out there. Paul is still in prison. But I got to tell you, I don't know that I could have ever released Karla Homolka. I think that she was probably, even though Paul was definitely a rapist before Karla came along, I think that Karla's influence is the reason why they killed. I think Paul would have been perfectly content just to rape, and Karla kind of ramped it up for him. So, I find it hard to release her from prison, but she is out there. I believe she's married and has children of her own now. So, anyway, there you go. Little Paul Bernardo, little Deadly Innocence today. Thank you guys for checking it out. Keep tuning in. We'll have more murder every single Friday. And then hit me up. Check out my show on Roku, Serial Killers Around the World. If you're in the Columbus area this weekend, I am leaving here in about 2 hours to head up to Columbus for a video game show this weekend called Korgs. I'll be up there with my table and my booth selling Killers the card game, doing the whole bit. So come up and see me if you're in the Columbus area. If not, get on the website. Also, check out the Kickstarter. We have the new game, Kill Scene, is on Kickstarter right now. Go there, order that, and make sure that you get it and pick up some great unlockable stuff on there, the stretch goals. We're getting close to our first one. So hit it up, order that, and then come and check us out. Talk to y'all soon.
This looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, cause we need a little controversy, cause I feel so empty without me. I said this